Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. During season 14 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kyle Richards has been questioned over her text messages with Paul PK Kemsley amid PK's separation from Dorit Kemsley. Although Kyle was initially hesitant to show her friend group the texts, which she has maintained consist of funny memes, we now know exactly what those messages said. I will show you guys this, then I'm not gonna do this again. Not for her or anybody. Ok. Because I think it's ridiculous, Kyle said before pulling out her phone at Chuck E. Cheese with Sutton Strack, Erica Jane, and Garcelle Beauvais in episode 7. I said, I know you have a lot of friends, but I am one and here when you need me. I've never repeated anything you shared with me and never would, she read while scrolling through the messages. We'll keep sending memes and won't forget laughing emojis. That is what I wrote to him. Sutton was taken aback by the reveal. Wait a minute, she said in a confessional. This is not just about memes and jokes. This is serious talk. During the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show, the women continued to break down Kyle's message. It didn't dawn on me until I laid in the bed that night, and I ran that through my head and I go, wait, did she say? I've never said anything you've said to me, and I never will. Which made it seem like they talked about things that maybe Dorit doesn't know, Garcelle said. No one asked her to read that, by the way. She volunteered to read that. For what it's worth, though, the actress does think that Kyle wouldn't have shown the texts as she didn't actually think they were innocent, except for what the text said. Erica chimed in to say that situations like this are the reason she hates text messages. You can take it like a script. You can take it and make it anything you want. Give me a line read on this. I can make what you text and sound anyf, king way I want, and if you don't understand that, you're not creative. But you and I both know I know what you meant in that moment. Meanwhile, Sutton noted, Kyle is not one to tell friends secrets. Kyle can be very private and can hold things that you've said to her in private. She's not that person. Then, referring to Dorit showing Kyle's text message at the season 13 reunion, Sutton added, she felt very exploited by Dorit when Dorit did that to her. Kyle also had more to share during the after show. Forget how it could be seen or what the audience might think. Everybody here, regardless of if we're having an argument or how we get along, everybody here knows my character. And they know that I'm not that person, she explained. Another thing, which I did not make a point to say in my interviews, was that, don't forget that I was coming off of Dorit reading my text message at the reunion. So I'm thinking, I don't know who anyone thinks they can trust around here right now. I also want to be like, I'm someone that doesn't repeat things. This is the first time there was something major going on in his life that he would be nervous it would get out there. So that's why I said it then, she added. It wasn't like I was saying this for years. Kyle Richards finally reveals her full texts to PK Kemsley. Not gonna do this again. XCCLUSIV. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills universe was set ablaze when Kyle Richards decided to publicly disclose the full text exchange between herself and PK Kemsley, shedding light on their fraught relationship. What began as a seemingly innocuous disagreement has snowballed into a headline-grabbing feud, leaving fans clamoring for every juicy detail. To understand the weight of this revelation, we need to revisit the past few months of drama between Kyle and Dorit Kemsley, PK's wife. Tensions began to rise during the most recent season of RHOBH, when rumors of Kyle's marital issues with Mauricio Umansky came to light. Adding fuel to the fire, whispers of Dorit and Mauricio's alleged closeness created a rift between the two couples. Kyle, who had largely stayed silent amidst the tabloid frenzy, found herself at odds with PK after a heated exchange during a cast dinner. The argument, which aired in a mid-season episode, ended with Kyle storming off and PK making a series of offhand remarks that many viewers deemed disrespectful. In an exclusive statement to People, Kyle explained her decision to release the texts. I tried to handle this privately, but PK's continued comments have forced me to set the record straight. I'm not going to let my silence be interpreted as guilt or weakness. The texts, dated just days after the infamous dinner, show Kyle reaching out to PK in an attempt to clear the air. Kyle, PK, I'm honestly hurt by what you said at dinner. I've always supported you and Dorit, but this crossed a line. Let's not make this worse than it needs to be. PK, Kyle, I'm sorry you feel that way. It was meant to be lighthearted. You know how these things are on camera. Let's not blow it out of proportion. Kyle, lighthearted, telling the group I'm jealous of Dorit and Mauricio. That's not lighthearted. That's malicious. PK. Kyle, come on. Everyone knows you and Mauricio are solid. It's just part of the show. Kyle, it's not just part of the show when it's my real life. I'm not gonna do this again. I'm done pretending everything's fine for the cameras. The release of the texts sent shockwaves through social media, with fans taking sides in the escalating feud. Many praised Kyle for standing up for herself, while others criticized her for making the private exchange public. PK's always had a way of putting his foot in his mouth, but this time he went too far, one fan tweeted. Another wrote, Kyle's texts show she's hurt and just wants accountability. PK's dismissive tone says it all. However, not everyone saw Kyle's move as justified. Critics accuse her of weaponizing private conversations for public sympathy. This feels like Kyle trying to control the narrative, a Reddit user commented. Why release the texts now? What's her endgame? Dorrit, who has often been caught in the crossfire of her husband's controversies, broke her silence in a cryptic Instagram post shortly after the texts went public. The post featured a quote that read, "The truth doesn't mind being questioned. A lie does." Accompanying the quote was a caption that read, "Always stand in your truth, even when it's inconvenient." While Dorrit didn't mention Kyle or PK by name, fans were quick to interpret the post as a pointed response to Kyle's actions. In a subsequent interview with Entertainment Tonight, Dorrit addressed the situation more directly. Kyle and I have been friends for years. This is a bump in the road, but I hope we can move past it. As for PK, he's his own person, and I can't control what he says. Adding another layer to the drama, Mauricio Umansky has also been dragged into the fray. When asked about the texts during a recent podcast appearance, Mauricio kept his response diplomatic. "I think there's a lot of misunderstandings happening right now. Kyle and I are focused on our family, and that's what matters most." However, insiders close to the couple have hinted that Mauricio was less than thrilled about the texts being made public, fearing it could strain their relationships within the group further. While it remains unclear how this feud will resolve, one thing is certain. Kyle's decision to release the texts has set a new precedent for transparency in the Real Housewives world. For better or worse, the lines between reality and reality television have become blurrier than ever. In the words of Bravo executive Andy Cohen, who weighed in on the drama during an episode of Watch What Happens Live, this season of RHOBH is giving us everything. Feuds, friendships, and full-on chaos. Buckle up, Bravo fans. With the reunion episodes just around the corner, fans are eagerly anticipating how this latest chapter will play out on screen. Will Kyle and PK find common ground, or will this feud mark the end of their once close friendship? In a subsequent interview with Entertainment Tonight, Dorrit addressed the situation more directly. "Kyle and I have been friends for years. This is a bump in the road, but I hope we can move past it. As for PK, he's his own person, and I can't control what he says." Adding another layer to the drama, Mauricio Umansky has also been dragged into the fray. When asked about the texts during a recent podcast appearance, Mauricio kept his response diplomatic. "I think there's a lot of misunderstandings happening right now. Kyle and I are focused on our family, and that's what matters most." For now, all eyes are on the upcoming episodes, where the fallout from Kyle's texts is sure to take center stage. As the drama unfolds, one thing is clear. The stakes have never been higher in Beverly Hills. Stay tuned for more exclusive updates on this developing story.